Welcome to the newest RV interview. I'm here with Nancy Naigle, who I'm so excited to have here. You attended the event once ages ago, right?
Ages ago. I think it was 2011.
Something, yeah, because this is our 15th year now. And then you and I reconnected at, what was that conference?
Readers and Ritas.
Readers and Ritas in Texas, right?
Yes.
And I got to visit you then, and they were showcasing one of your books that had been turned into a Hallmark movie. And it's not the only one, correct?
No, it's not.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Oh my gosh, it's been so fun. So Christmas Joy was what was getting ready to premiere at the time of Readers and Ritas, which, by the way, my mom has adopted you as her second daughter. So we're
wonderful.
sisters now.
Oh,
she absolutely adores
nice.
you.
I'm so excited. When's the next family picnic?
I know, I'll let you know.
Did you bring her with you by any chance?
I didn't, but she was dying to come and said to say hello.
Oh, she was so sweet, so sweet.
Well, she's been reading all your books, so she's
good.
all caught up, I think.
Oh, I think I'm embarrassed now, but okay.
No, she's cool.
Okay, good.
But anyway, Christmas Joy came out last year, and Danielle Panabaker starred as Joy, and Matt Long was the love interest, Ben, in that one.
Good-looking people,
Oh,
too.
they were gorgeous,
Yeah.
and the movie was just delightful. And, you know, it's different than the book, but
Of
I have
course.
never met a Hallmark movie I didn't love, so I loved what they did with it.
Yeah.
And Balsam Hill was one of the sponsors, so the trees and the greenery was, oh, my gosh, so lush. It was
Makes you want to just
beautiful.
move it all back to your own
Yes,
house, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
So that came on Hallmark Channel. Well, Hallmark Movies and Mysteries aired Hope at Christmas, and that was equally as beautiful a movie. Scotty Thompson, and we have, I just drew a blank, Ryan Peavy. How could I draw a blank on Ryan Peavy? He's so gorgeous.
Because I'm putting you on the spot right here, so yeah.
But they starred in that one. And so a lot of people didn't get to see that because it was on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. But this summer, during Christmas and July, it'll be on Hallmark Channel.
Oh,
so
sweet.
I'm excited that a lot of people that missed it last year will be able to see that.
And you'll have those titles on your website, so if people are curious and they want to double check it, they can.
Yes, they are all right there on my homepage.
Because a lot of times people are watching this and think, what was that title? I want to watch it now. So
Right.
it's all on your website.
Well, I also had the lucky opportunity to do the novels for 2 of the Hallmark original movies.
Which means the movie was out and then
The
you went
movie
and wrote
was
the
already
book
out.
for it.
Yes, and so
How fun is
I
that?
thought that was going to be so easy, Lori. It is
Oh,
not.
no, I can't
I was like,
even
oh, a
imagine.
piece. They're like, we'll give you the screenplay. I've seen the movie, and of course, I'd watched it 18 times, right? Because they were Christmas and Evergreen movies, the ones with the red truck. Everybody knows that movie.
I love that cover.
I know. And a guy down in North Carolina has that red truck. He bought it for his wife because she loves the movie so much.
So did you go and
So
take a picture in front of the truck?
I am getting ready to. They just
Sweet.
contacted me last week, so I'm really excited about that. But I got to write both those novels with a new epilogue for each story.
Oh,
So
nice.
that was a lot of fun.
How long did it take you after watching the movies once you started writing? Because I imagine that would be even more difficult because you can't just let your muse go. You've got to follow a pattern.
Well, yeah. So I thought it was going to be super quick. And it usually takes me about 45 days to get a whole novel out. It took me the same amount
To write
of
a
time.
whole book, it only takes you 45 days?
The first draft.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I got to fix it up too. But the first draft I can get done in the first 45 days. Oh, it took me every bit as long to do the novelization.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the dialogue, but the dialogue isn't exactly like the movie, and they want it exactly like the movie, so you're watching the movie and changing it a lot. And you know what? It is a lot of pressure to create the environment that Hallmark has described or shown you on the screen because you don't want to not do it justice.
And they want the dialogue exact, so you almost have to watch it right.
Yeah, because
I would think.
Yeah, because the screenplay that I got, they weren't exactly. So I'm sure just they ad lib or just things change on the set. So yes, there's a lot of watching and writing, and then just a lot of trying to come up with cool, crisp, new ways of saying things to not let down the people who've seen that movie and know how beautiful it is.
Yeah, because that would be the challenge too. So you know, it's kind of the reverse. Usually when someone reads a book and they love it so much, and then they feel like the movie didn't live up to it. So you had to deal with the opposite, where they've seen and loved the movie, and the book had to live up to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I'm sure you succeeded. I'm sure it was wonderful.
They were so much fun to write. So last year I got invited to Beverly Hills for the Television Critic Association Awards with Hallmark. And while I was there, they announced they were going to do a second Christmas and Evergreen, Letters to Santa. And I said, I'll write that one. You need to have continuity. And thankfully they agreed.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
wonderful.
it was so funny though, because I expected that it was going to be the same characters from the first book.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. It was totally
my
new characters.
gosh.
So it wasn't any easier then either.
No, I'm sure not. So you went to this gala. Was it the fancy dress thing?
Yes. The summer one was not quite as fancy as the one that's in January or February. But yeah, it was beautiful estate in Beverly Hills. I mean, I'd never seen, looked like something you'd see in Italy, you know, just gorgeous and mammoth.
Wow. So I'm like sitting here with almost a movie star now.
No. But and Andrew came with me. We actually were in, where were we? Montana, South, I don't even remember what that place is called. Let's see. Wyoming? I don't know. We'll have to figure that out.
You do too much travel.
I know. We were doing a horse thing, a rodeo thing.
Yeah.
And we flew straight from there to Beverly Hills to go to this event. And
so that's funny. So you went from doing the horse thing to going to the fancy function.
Yes. South Dakota is where we were.
Yeah, there you go. That's good. Yeah.
So it was pretty funny. And so we did that. And he was as starstruck as I was because, of course, Candace Bure was there, and he's just a huge fan of her, so he just thinks she's adorable, and she is.
Of course,
and so we were both just like, "Oh my gosh, this is so awesome!" And seeing all the people
in the movies. Did you get to talk with her?
We didn't get to talk with her, no, but we did see her, and we talked with quite a few people, and just seeing all the people in the movies I love. Yeah. I mean, I was just like, oh.
Yeah, I know, starstruck. So all the actors and stuff, they seemed. People always say you're a normal person. They seem normal people.
Let me tell you,
not all. I'm a superstar.
It is not, and I will say this: Hallmark, from the people who drive you in the car to the grips to the publishing side, the movie side, everybody I've come in contact with has been genuine and kind, easygoing, appreciative.
Very real. Yeah.
It is so real. It is just a breath of fresh air. It is so wonderful to be affiliated with them. It is amazing.
So the books you wrote to go with the movies, have those already been out? Or they will be out?
So Christmas and Evergreen came out last summer.
And that's the title, Christmas and Evergreen.
Yes, and then Christmas and Evergreen Letters to Santa aired this past fall, and it comes out July 16th.
July 16th.
Yeah, so it's just around the corner. I don't even have the cover, the picture, anything with me.
So these two books, Christmas Angels, when is this one's already out?
Christmas Angels comes out October 16th.
Of this year.
October,
so not too much longer.
No, not too much longer.
We don't want to wish summer away.
No, we do not.
It's a beautiful cover.
Isn't it
I like
pretty?
that. Yeah.
St. Mark's
the Red
is
Truck
beautiful.
one, I think, is one of my favorites.
Yes.
It's just so catchy, but this is gorgeous.
Yes.
And then you have The Secret Ingredient.
Yeah, now that came out with Hallmark. That was my first original book for Hallmark. That came out in February.
So this one's available.
Yes, that one is available.
I love you get the little Hallmark
I know.
label on there. That makes it so special.
I know. And I've got recipe cards, so anybody that's a baker that would be interested. The recipe's right in the book, and the cake is amazing.
We made is that the one that's pictured on the front?
Yes, and we made it on Home and Family Show, and I got to eat it on TV.
You're
and
just
I was like,
all
how are you
over
supposed to eat on TV? That's just not right.
Yeah, that would
But
be
I
tough.
did take some of the frosting.
Take an extra tiny bite.
Yeah, exactly, because I knew they'd ask me something. But it was delicious. And but I've got beautiful recipe cards for anybody who bakes. Send me a quick note, and I'll send them one.
So that's from your website. They can find that information, and that's nancynaigle.com.
It is.
And Naigle is Naigle, in case anyone couldn't see it on there.
Yeah.
Although everyone should know you by now. So what are you working on now?
So right now I'm working on a screenplay for Dear Santa, working on that for Hallmark, which would actually, Dear Santa has been an interesting kind of book. It was a retelling of You've Got Mail, but with two Christmas shops set on the ocean front. And my editor actually had the idea. She came back from Myrtle Beach and on vacation over the winter and said, you know what would be the neatest idea? You've Got Mail retelling. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I wrote it, and it was so much fun to write because I love that movie.
Yeah.
But it was also hard because I didn't want it to be too much like the movie, you know, so it's kind of a fine line.
Well, you wanted people to know it's a nod to that, but
right,
your own.
Yeah, and a few people didn't realize that it was an intentional nod to it, and I got some dings on it because of that, so it's kind of interesting. But it's actually going to come out in mass market.
All the dings are interesting.
I know, they are.
Okay.
Like, I'm sorry.
That's the way to look at it, though, because you get wonderful reviews, and you're going to get a few that aren't, you know, and you're going to get questions, and it's just people are individual. And you roll with it.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I got accused of flat-out plagiarism for retelling You've Got Mail, you know, and I was like, oh, okay.
Do you reply to those?
I don't. No.
See, I always reply and say sorry, and then sorry you felt that way, and I wish you better luck finding the next book author idea, whatever that you find.
I don't respond to those, but I respond to the nice ones.
Yeah, I respond to make sure they know I got it, so they don't send it to me again.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because we all get them.
Yeah.
So I have 4 questions here for you from readers who wrote in to ask these. So one of them is, are there any of your book titles you would change if you could?
Yes.
Okay, what's that?
In the Adams Grove series, there's 6 books, and they've got great titles like Sweet Tea and Secrets, Mint Juleps and Justice, Barbecue and Bad News. And in the middle of that series, I have one book, the second one in the series, called Out of Focus.
Oh, yeah. That is a little out of focus.
It's out of focus. But that one book was, and it was intentionally done because that book is more women's fiction and the rest of them really are romance. And so it was intentional to kind of draw their attention to that. It was different. But now, because the characters are there and the town is there, I wish I'd have named it something fun. So.
Would you be able to on a reissue or something?
Probably.
Retitle it?
Yeah,
I know my
maybe.
publisher retitles my books all the time.
Do they?
On my website, I have to put very big on each book. This is a reissue. This one's new.
Yeah.
Because it gets
It does. Well, and
confusing.
Dear Santa is coming out as mass market paperback as The Christmas Shop this September. So, yeah, and so it's the first time I'm ever dealing with that.
Yeah, it can get, and then you can get some hateful letters.
Yeah,
too. You're
I already read
retitling it
this.
just to rip me off. I'm like, I didn't do it. Publisher did that. It says, and I'm sure I know the answer. Do you watch the Hallmark movies that are based on your books?
No. We had a big premiere party. So this was funny. I went out to be on Home and Family the Thursday before the movie premiere of Christmas Joy last year. So that was November 3rd. So I was going to be in LA right up to that. So the week before Halloween, we were decorating for this party that was going to be November 3rd. And so we had 3 huge Christmas trees inside.
The week before Halloween.
Yes, and 3 outside. And Andrew even put lights outside and up the driveway. And so on Halloween, I had people standing looking at all the Christmas trees.
But how fun is that? That's like gigantic promo.
I know.
I guess all your neighbors know that you're an author. And
Some of them know, yeah, and I think some of them figured it out after that.
After that,
But,
after all the Christmas stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but it actually turned out to be a pretty good thing. I might be tempted to do it again this year because come November, December, I didn't have any decorating left to do. Everything was done.
It was already
awesome.
up. Yeah.
Yes, I had all this free time to shop and wrap and do
Well,
stuff.
now being known as the Hallmark Christmas author, you know, you could start it in September if you wanted to. Everybody would just
well,
run
and with
it.
Christmas in July, I might be tempted to put a tree up next month.
There you go. There you go. I want to see pictures if you do.
Okay, I'll send them.
Someone wants to know when you were told that Hallmark wanted to make your books into a movie and how you reacted.
Oh my gosh, it's so easy to remember because it was on Valentine's Day.
Oh, how nice.
I know Andrew probably didn't appreciate it because it overshadowed him a little, but we were
I bet he was thrilled.
He was. I'm teasing. Yeah. But we were out on the patio and he had, was cooking steaks on the grill and we had glasses of wine and it was a beautiful night and it was just great. It was perfect. And my phone rang and I looked and it was my agent and I was like, it's my agent. And I was going to click it just to turn it off and he was like, no, you need to answer that.
Yeah, I would never not answer an agent call.
It was Valentine's Day and I try to give him my complete attention. You know, I try to not to be a phone person.
God, you're a better wife than me.
So that's just one little thing I do.
Yeah.
The snoring and all that, you know. But anyway, I picked up the phone and she said, Nancy, I never ever would call you on Valentine's night, but we just got the call and they're putting Christmas Joy into production. And oh my gosh, I was so excited. I mean, I could barely breathe. And
I bet.
When we stood on that deck and just hugged and hugged and hugged and drank our wine and cheered all night. And
swilled the wine, danced around a little.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
And
it just made Valentine's Day more special.
Andrew's the best two-stepper in the world.
There you go.
Dancing around with him is always fun.
There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a really special night.
Well, it just made it more memorable and easy to remember because it was on Valentine's Day.
It was, yeah.
So the last question, and this one could be a little complicated, but we won't make it too long. Do you give advice to aspiring authors, and if so, what is one thing that they should know? I know there's like a million things.
There are. I think you just need to do what's right in your heart.
Mm-hmm. I would so agree, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it took me 10 years to get published, and I think 5 of those years were me rechurning all the information everybody gave me. Mm-hmm. And I was trying to be a sponge and learn from everybody. But the truth is, your process is your process. It's not going to be anybody else's.
Right.
Your voice is the only thing you bring to the party.
Amen,
right?
sister.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
Be true to yourself. And really, I think once I sat down and just wrote Sweet Tea and Secrets the way it needed to be said by me, in the language I use and the way I talk, that's when things really came together. So.
Perfect. That's like that could have come out of my own mouth. I always say that if you're sending your book around to a committee and everyone's helping you polish it, it's not your voice anymore, and that's the only unique thing you have anymore.
That's right.
To offer in this very, very clustered business right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's so crowded, so crowded. So yeah.
And people will ask, "What's your process?" Excuse me, and it doesn't matter because you have to find the process that works for you.
Exactly.
You know, you were talking about your rough draft. If I did a rough draft, I would be so done. You know, but
you know what everything is.
I don't. I just make it up as I go along. But everybody has to have their own way of doing it, and it's fine to experiment till you find it.
Yeah.
But well, it sounds like it has worked wonderfully for you. I'm thrilled that you're here. This has been so exciting.
You.
I love hearing all. Keep me posted whenever you have this exciting news because I like to cheer with you.
Well, thank you.
You can email me on Valentine's night.
I would be. Oh, you are my sister. Mom was right.
Alan and I might be sitting in a movie. That's as romantic as we get.
Oh, that's pretty romantic, though. Yeah. I think that's okay.
Well, Nancy Naigle, thank you so much for being here. Let me show this again. And anybody who hasn't seen them yet, go see the movies that are available and the ones that will be coming up. It's all on your website, nancynaigle.com.
Everywhere. Sure is.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.